Okay, in this next part, I'm going to show you how to put that inside this. Didn't go over how to take the gas tank off the bike because we don't all have the same bikes. I don't know how yours comes off. You'll have to figure out how to take your seat off and how to take your tank off. Whenever I take mine off, I just leave the plastics on it. I always do that. It's just quicker to do it like that. And the tools you'll need are 13 millimeter wrench for this, 17 for this, and 8 millimeter, just using a screwdriver with 8 millimeter on it to take these bolts out of the plug for the pump. I'm going to actually do this on the ground because I want to keep the tank in this orientation, just like this, so I'm not spilling gas out of it everywhere. So first I'm going to take these off. Some people, after they take these off, they'll like tie something onto this end. So when, you know, like a string or something, so when you pull this out the top, it'll pull the string with it. You could tie it onto the new piece and pull it back through, and it'll line up with these holes. But I don't like to do it like that. I like to just get the full effect and struggle with it. That's why I have this little pick, so I can line it up inside these when I'm dropping it back in, and get it to drop down into the hole so I can screw one of these on. Which I've done it before. Not that big of a deal. I mean, it doesn't take all day. It's, you know, it's sometimes a pain, but for the most part, it should be pretty easy. Alright, so that just dropped in. Alright, I'm going to take these out. And get this. I mean, it's definitely a good idea to wipe these off once you take everything off, just so junk doesn't fall into your tank. Like that right there, and get contaminants in your gas that have to get filtered out. Alright, so that's all that there is to this unit, is just these two and then these 4 bolts. So this should be free now, and I should just be able to pull this right out. Okay. This is the Tusk unit that I got to replace my factory one. I mean, it's not bad. I haven't had any issues with it. I just don't necessarily, you know, it's not that I don't trust it. It's just how far am I willing to trust it? It seems, I mean, it was inexpensive. It feels a little bit inexpensive in your hand. Not bad, though. Not terrible. Like, feeling what the other one feels like, the factory KTM one, and then feeling this one. It's not a huge difference, but it does feel a little, I don't know, a little bit different. And right away, this, I'm assuming this is the low fuel light. It never worked. It just, as soon as I put this into the bike, it's, from the very moment that I put it in there, the low fuel light came on, and it stays on whenever the bike's running. It doesn't work. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the KTM one back in. Okay, around the this gasket right here, I just put my finger in some oil and just rubbed it around the gasket just so it's not dry. Alright, so I'm going to drop this into here. Gotta, you know, make sure you get it to the left side, obviously, the side that it goes on. already. It's annoying me. There we go. Got to play little games with it to get it to go to the side that you need it to go to. Alright, now I'm going to take the pick, like I said before, and use it to push this to the correct orientation where I need it to go. Alright, got it to drop down. Now I usually thread this thing on first to kind of to get it to go where I need it to go. I don't want to tighten this thing too much because this thing obviously has to get screwed on too, so just putting it on there to keep the position so I can screw the other one on. I don't know what I dropped. I heard something fall. Okay. No. Don't know. Just make sure it's loose enough. Get this in there. I mean, you want these to be decently tight. I've done it before with that other one, but you don't want to go crazy because, I mean, this is a plastic gas tank. I mean, you don't want to damage that. This thing, you pretty much know, like, when it's in the right torque because it puts this hose in the right spot. Like, it seemed like it was really tight right there, but you know it's got to go like this. So I know when it's in this orientation facing, you know, right into the motor, that's probably the right torque because it's impossible. You'll never be able to turn that another turn. So there's no way. So I'm not going to even try. This one, I mean, I don't want to get crazy with it, but that feels pretty good. Obviously, when you're done, you check it and make sure it's not leaking. Put a little gas in it, make sure that's not leaking. Then if these are good, obviously fill it the rest of the way up and make sure that's not leaking. Okay, now I'm gonna put this back up here. Got that in there, and all that's left is these last 4 little bolts. Alright, and again, I'm just tightening these by hand with a screwdriver, not getting crazy with the torque on them. It's got the rubber seal, put a little oil on it for lubrication so it's not dry. Should make a good seal. I didn't go crazy tightening this down the last time when I put the tusk unit in, and I had no issues, did not leak. And I mean, really, potentially, I guess if you over tighten it, you could damage something and possibly make it leak, so don't want to get crazy. And then that's how you put the unit back into the gas tank, and then obviously you would reassemble it the same way you took the tank off, depending on the procedure for your bike. On this one, it's pretty easy. It's just 2 little bolts that are in the ends of the plastics, and then the 1 bolt down in the middle here. and then to get the seat back on, you just, you know, slide it back onto this, and there's two little bolts that go in the sides. But that's it. Yeah, so if hopefully that helps somebody, you know, who needs to do this procedure to change the pump, or to what I did, rebuild their factory unit with a different fuel pump and put it back in. Then hopefully this helps and gives some insight onto, you know, what you need to do that. And if you like this video, I'll have more. You know, like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, which, I mean, I'm more than happy to give any advice or information, anything that I can. It's not like I'm an expert. I'm not a mechanic, but I mean, this is what I do all the time, is just dirt bike stuff, work on my bikes, ride my bikes. So obviously I live and breathe it, so I would definitely like to help people out. All right, thanks. Take care.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to take it a little bit easy, because I know whenever I do something new or do something different to the bike, I want to kind of take it easy and test it out. So see how it goes. So far it feels pretty good. Scraped that tree there a little bit with my shoulder. Are actually starting to get a little tired. Alright, there we go. That actually felt pretty good. The bike feels pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this fuel pump so far.